Hi, I'm Brandon Baum 007, back again to you with some full self-defense guide. This is my friend Code 007. You can subscribe to his channel on Replay Warriors. That's his channel. If you like his videos, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel too. Comment, make comments, whatever. In a street fight, the first thing I'm going to go over is how to handle a hostile situation / street fight. The first thing you want to do is, if someone's hostile to you, you want to hold them down, and talk to them. You want to try to calm them down. You want to say, "You okay?" And if they don't want you to be touched, usually they'll go for a push. And that's the basic thing. So hands still out there. So the first thing is push, and then if there's momentum, go over the neck or the face, and if they don't fall over, then you can put your arm over like this, and use your hips, make them fall back. Now that's how you approach. The second thing, I showed you how to avoid punches in your blocking in previous videos, so we don't have to worry about that today. Now today, the first thing, like usually people will try to do, is if they're in a sort of like a tense rage before they try to push you, or sometimes after they try to push you or punch you. Sometimes if they're in a fit of rage, they might try to choke you, usually with two hands, or just try to hold your shoulders down, like grab your shoulders. So usually, and with a tight grip too. So usually what you want to do with that is, usually when someone grabs, you basically put your arm over like that, with your legs, arms still up there, and wrap over and step with the Tai Sabaki technique I've showed you in previous videos. Now, the second technique I want to show you is, it's sort of like both these two techniques are wrestling moves for those grapplers out there who want the basic escapes and stuff like that. Now, these escapes are very simple if you do them the right way. Every technique is very simple if you do them the right way. You just have to remember the mechanics: Tai Sabaki, reverse Tai Sabaki. Those are the two mechanics. Now, but some are a little different because you might want to use your hands for these techniques. Now, with the first technique I want to demonstrate, it's more of a wrestling thing, so you might not see it on the street as much, but a lot of times people will try to do it if they are somewhat trained or are just in that state of mind. Now, try to put me in an underhook. They'll try to clasp under you and try to push you down, like try to pull you down in the chest. What you want to do to prevent this is push up to their face, step, and put their balance. Now, in that situation, you want to use your reverse hand to come up over their neck or their face, so that they lose balance. And at the same time, you want your leg to be there to support, and your hips too. So you're using your whole body basically as a fulcrum, and you're basically taking your opponent to the ground. Now, the next thing I want to show you today is a full Nelson, what they call a full Nelson. It's when someone gets behind you, and you might be like a lot of police and wrestlers use this technique, and they might try to use it on you to restrain you. A lot of bouncers use this too. So get me in a full Nelson. Way to escape this too, is just you do the Tai Sabaki, and you come under. And a lot of times when you're under like this, people will try to punch you with the lead leg, lead fist. So you want to trap, go over, and out under like this. You might be a little unbalanced, but off balance, but that's okay. The opponent will be more off balance if you do this technique quickly, and it's as quick as possible. Now, the next technique we will go over today is the bear hug. The bear hug is basically if people want to get you in close, it's like sort of like a exaggerated clinch, like a lot like the underhook. People will use it on the shoulders, not just the head. So what you want to do is basically lower yourself, use reverse Tai Sabaki, come over, and try to put them in a restraint too. Now, another thing we want to go over today is the simple like chokes that you can do reversals on. The first choke is the armbar choke. The professional way to do an arm choke, like I shown in previous videos, is a rear naked choke. You hook the arm under and over like a U, and then you clasp like this, and you tuck your hand over the head to hold it so the people won't headbutt you. Now, the way to do this, the simpler version of this, and it's easier for most people to do if they're not as tall